One look at Blitz's face is enough to tell you that something is gnawing at him. He stands beside his table, playing with a coffee spoon. Hoy, yes, Casey, what you need? What's going on, Blitz? Well, Chief, I hate to admit it, but I might be in a little bit of trouble here. Go on. There's an awkward pause, then Blitz plows on ahead. Well, you remember those creditors I told you about? The ones who loaned me all of that money? Yes? Yeah, well, as it turned out, some of them are a little less forgiving than I thought they were. Really now? Well, one in particular seems to have taken things kind of personally. How personally are we talking here? I got a package in the mail. It has somebody's thumbs in it. But it's not your thumbs, so why do you care? Somebody else's thumbs? Thumbs? Yeah, thumbs. They came in a cigar box, packed in salt. I have no idea who they belong to. There are fingerprints on the thumbs? I'm pretty sure they meant to convey some sort of message. Really? You think so? I think that's a pretty safe bet. But they're not your thumbs. I don't want to lose my thumbs, Chief. I like my thumbs. I think that I need to pay this guy back. Yeah, so pay him back! Oh, you don't have any money, right? Well, maybe you can, like, give him someone else's thumbs. Right? Return the favor. Go find some thumbs. You know what? Like, we kill dudes all the time. We kill dudes on every mission. The next mission, we kill some dudes. We get some thumbs off them, and you send him those thumbs. He gives you thumbs, you give him thumbs, and now you're even. Right? Luckily, I've got a plan. I know how to get myself out of hot water with meat grinder. I've got it all specced out. Let me get this straight. You took a loan from somebody named Meat Grinder? Is Meat Grinder, is it like a porno name? Or is it like a gang name? Because it could be a porn name. Hey Chief, come on. I feel bad enough about this already, there's no need to rub it in. What if I grind it in? Anyway, like I was saying, I can make it alright again, but I need your help to do it, alright? Well, there's this group out in Dragonfall. They call themselves the Landenberg Ring. They're a financial crime organization, and there's a lot of bad blood between them and Meat Grinder's operation. Anyway, back when I was running with the Schwarz-Herzen, I laid out the groundwork for a hit on the Landenberg Ring. I was never able to make good on it though. For some reason, none of the other gang has ever volunteered to help out. With your help, I could steal enough money from them to cover my debt, and get myself back into Meat Grinder's good graces in the process. But then the Landenberg Ring would try to kill you. So what do you think? A quick run, just you and me, with me in the Matrix and you as my man on the ground. Oh, you're in the Matrix and I'm on the ground. Why don't I go in the Matrix and you go on the ground? We hit them, satisfy my debt, and laugh about it on the way back home. Sound like a plan? I might be interested, depending on my cut of the profits, that is. Alright, Blitz. But in the future, you need to be more upfront with me about things like this. Do I squeeze him for money? I don't need his money. Alright, let's be a little bit nice to him. No problem, Chief. Not a problem at all. You can count on me. Now, if you excuse me, I've got some last-minute stuff to take care of before we get started. Oh, and SCKC, thanks. You're welcome. No sweat, Blitz. Meet you at the U-Bahn. No, not as such, Chief. I won't be physically going to Dragonfall. I've seen enough of that place for one lifetime. I'll be checking in from a terminal that I set up here in the Crowd's Bazaar. Great, okay, well I guess they'll send you a call when I get there. Sounds good, Chief, thanks again. Alright. Alright. What could possibly go wrong? We haven't pet the dog in a while. Let's pet the dog. Alright, pet the dog. Before we talk to Paul... Dietrich raises a bottle at your approach. Hey again, boss, you need something? Any updates on Alexander? Nothing new, boss, he's adjusting. It's gonna take some time, alright. Have you ever heard of an organization called the Lodge? Lodge? He freezes up. Boss, do you mean the Black Lodge? I don't know. Maybe. Lodge was all that I heard. Are there other lodges? Is there like a purple lodge? A blue lodge? Red lodge? Let me describe them to you, and you can tell me if what I'm saying fits. Shadowy, powerful, secretive as hell, with deep pockets and a penchant for hiding the truth. They conduct all of their business through dupes and go-betweens. He gives you a sideways glance. Sounds about right? Yeah, no, that's yep. That's yes. Well, if it is them, and whoever you're talking about, I ain't saying it is, then I'd advise you to stay away from him. Stay far, far away. And whatever you do, don't take their money. If you do, they'll own you. I took their money once, and then I refused their money the second time. Dietrich, I have something to tell you. If you're about to say what I think you are, don't. I don't want to know. Okay. But we run together, so the Lodge is gonna find you as well. Well, tell me what you've heard about this Black Lodge then, I need to know. Well, the story is that the Black Lodge is the mother of all conspiracies. Supposedly they've been around for hundreds of years, and they've been practicing magic since well before the Awakening. Impossible, I know, but I believe it. If they have magic before the Awakening, it means they're magical, right? Like they're magical in a way that's separate from the Awakening. You ever heard of the Masons, the Knight Templar, the Bavarian Illuminati? They were all puppets of the Black Lodge. None of them knew who they were working for, but the Lodge was there pulling the strings. They always have been, and they still are today. That's the story. Practicing magic since before the Awakening. I didn't realize you were a conspiracy theorist, Dietrich. I see. Practicing magic since before the Awakening, that's ridiculous. I don't know what world you live in, boss, but in my world, ridiculous things happen every day. Yeah, but that's only after the Awakening. Anyway, that's the story. Believe it or don't, your choice. You already know what I think. I was thinking about what you told me earlier. You said that your idol was going to make you pick a fight that you couldn't win. He shrugs. It's bound to happen eventually, probably sooner rather than later. Isn't there something you can do to stop that from happening? Well, I suppose that I could refuse, but that probably wouldn't be a good idea, especially not now. Remember, boss, the Dragon Slayer is where my magic comes from. If I turn away from him, you better believe that he'll turn away from me. Well, I mean, are you never gonna retire? You know, at some point, people like get old, they retire. I mean, okay, you're not quite there yet, but maybe like in another 5 years, 10 years. Are you telling me the Dragon Slayer is not gonna let you retire? Besides which, I don't even know if I can refuse him anymore. He's been with me for so long, I don't know where he stops and where I begin. He grins at you. Don't you worry about me, boss. I've known that this was coming my entire life, and when it happens, I'll go down in a blaze of glory the likes of which you can't even imagine. That's a promise. You can't really believe that your idol wants you to commit suicide. What if you were to pick a fight with a different kind of dragon, say maybe a gang or a corporation? Any thought about that last one? You can't really believe that your idol wants you to commit suicide. Of course not. The Dragon Slayer doesn't want me to die, but he does want me to kill dragons. That ain't supposed to be safe or easy. Okay. Right. But I mean, he understands your gonna have to retire at some point, right? It isn't my idol's fault that I'm getting too old to keep up with his wishes. No, but does he understand? Alright, any thoughts about the last run? There was nothing about that run that didn't disgust me. What they did to that troll, it wasn't right, boss, on any level. I don't care what anyone else tells you, you listen to me, SCKC. What you did, killing that thing, it was the right call. I didn't kill it, it killed itself. Yeah, it cost us some yen, but letting that thing live would have been a travesty. I mean, I don't care about the travesty part. I gave the troll his body back and he decided to kill himself, right? Like it's his choice. I gave it back his choice. He pauses for a moment. That's an interesting idea. If it were big enough and heinous enough, he might be satisfied. I've never tried to bargain or negotiate with the Dragon Slayer before. I'm not sure how I feel about it, and I don't know how he'd take it either. The Dragon Slayer doesn't like to be questioned, and his temper is even shorter than mine. But I'll tell you what, boss, I'll think about it. I mean, okay. Eiger. Offers you a shallow nod, SCKC. Do you trust me, Eiger? Why would you ask that? Any thoughts about that last run? I'm not gonna lie, SCKC. This one's gonna stick with me for a while. What they did to that troll was sick. Sick! This is probably gonna surprise you, but I'm happy that the Mark 6 is dead. Yeah, Herr Schmidt was pissed. And sure, our reputation got dinged. Neither of those are good things, but I'll take them over being a part of what they're doing to that troll any day. Walking out of a run with a clean conscience is a rare pleasure. Savor it while you can. I don't know, I plan on doing it a lot. Look, I'm my own boss. And honestly, I don't care too much about whether I get paid or not get paid. I'm one of those people, like, okay, the real me, not the character, the real me. I'm one of those people who will not compromise for money. Right. Right. Like, I'll do what I think is right. I'll do what I want to do. If I get paid, I get paid. If I don't get paid, I don't get paid. You can't pay me to make me do something that I don't want to do. That's me. Why would you say this? Do you trust me, Eiger? She pauses for a moment, considering. Finally, she nods. Yeah, I do. You've earned that much. Okay. I don't know why I asked that. I wouldn't ask that. But anyway, the game wants me to ask that. I haven't always agreed with your decisions, SCKC, but you've proven your competence. It's only fair for me to acknowledge it. Then tell me what happened to your team. That's not what this... What? Is it trust? Did she not tell you because she didn't trust you? That's not why she didn't tell you. It's because her team blew up. Her team died. She's the only one who survived. And it's probably her fault. That's why she doesn't want to tell you. It's not about trust, it's about her own trauma. Alright, so I'm gonna go along with this game. I don't agree with these conversations with Eiger, not 100%, but I'm just gonna... Let's roll with it, right? This again. Why do you even care, SCKC? Because it's pretty clear that if you had your way, you'd still be with them, and a good leader places a priority on knowing his team. Does it matter? I'm your team leader and I'm asking a question. Yeah, no, that's... I guess I don't, never mind. Yeah, you know what? She slowly nods. Alright, I'll tell you. I suppose that you deserve to know. It's not about deserve, Eiger. It's about our team operating more effectively if we understand each other. What happened to us was Hoffman. He was a rookie, the kid of some big money corporate exec. He looked good on paper and he made it through KSK training, so he was technically qualified to join the team. But he was way too green to fit in with ours. No. If he joins your team, if command puts him in your team, it is your job to make him fit in, right? Like, your job is to make him fit in. He's not too green to fit into your team. It is your job to make him fit into your team. Doesn't matter if he's green or if he's experienced. Right? Command, put him in your team. That's your job. Still, he wanted to be a hero, and his family had enough clout to get him an assignment of his choosing. I don't know how many strings Hoffman's daddy had to pull to get him assigned to our team, but he pulled them. Hoffman became our 9th squad mate, despite Metzger's objections. His father put his own son in mortal danger? And he died, right? No, did he get hit? Did he survive and the other team members die? Is that what happened? Anyway, flash forward a few weeks, we were closing in on one of the Russian mob's major trafficking operations. They'd been using a series of warehouses 50 miles from the border as a staging area for their convoys. Women and girls from Eastern Europe were being housed there. When the convoys came, they'd be crammed into cargo containers and hauled across the border into Germany. Go to any brothel along the border and have a look around. Chances are you'll find at least a few girls who spend some time in those warehouses. Slovakians, Hungarians, Poles, you name it, the mob has been smuggling them over for decades. But we were in a position to derail their operations, and we weren't gonna let our new addition slow us down. We hit them by surprise, and we hit them hard. Fisher and Braun managed to take down the Banshee that they had patrolling the site. Wolf had reconnaissance drones overhead providing battle tech feeds to the rest of us, and we picked off their gunmen one by one. They had numbers on us, but they didn't know where to hit us. We had eyes in the sky, and we had cover and concealment. Every time they thought they had a fix on us, we shift position and hit them again. They might as well have been fighting ghosts. Alright, good. Then Hoffman broke cover and gave away our position, and after that all hell broke loose. Uh-huh. Wolf went down first. The sound of it will haunt me for the rest of my days. An explosion, a choke scream, and then this long, drawn-out gurgling sound. When he died, his drones went down with him, and there were too many hostiles to track without them. Right. I'll spare you the gory details, SCKC. Suffice to say that my team was wiped out. Eiger's face clouds again. You can see the tears beginning to well in her eyes. I watched Metzger die. Right. And you blame the rookie? Who do you blame? Do you blame the rookie? Do you blame yourself? Do you blame Metzger? Like, whose fault? With a visible effort, she clamps down on her emotions and calms herself. When she speaks again, her voice is flat. I took 3 rounds myself, had to drag myself back across the Oder-Neisse line into Germany. I almost died. Well, you made it. Hey, what happened to the kid? So that's the story. My KSK career died with the rest of the team. Our mission was illegal after all, off the books. There was no going back for me, so I wound up here. I actually think a lot of people would want to have somebody like you with so much experience, well, so much combat experience. No going back? I guess so. I mean, if your cover was blown, I mean, you were doing basically undercover illegal missions. I think a lot of different people would consider Eiger an asset, right? She looks you in the eye, her tone is impassive. Did that tell you everything you wanted to know, fearless leader? Are you satisfied now? Yes, thank you, Eiger. See, no, I'm not. First of all, how did the kid die? How did the rookie die? First of all, how did the rookie die? And second, do you really Do you really think it was the rookie's fault? Who do you blame for what happened? See, like, I'm not satisfied with these conversations with Eiger. Most of this game is really, really well written, in my opinion. But Eiger, I'm not happy with the talks we have with Eiger. So tell me, what's your takeaway from my tale of woe? I figure that you've got to have one. When Monica died, you blamed me because I was new to the team, but I'm not Hoffman, Eiger. I'm not gonna make it about me, because it's not about me. You're hung up on the past, Eiger. If you want to survive in the shadows, you need to get over it. It doesn't matter what I think, what you think and how you act on it is what's important. So tell me, what's your takeaway from my tale of woe? I figure that you've got to have one. So I think that she is hung up on the past and she needs to get over it. Whether I say that or whether I say what she thinks is more important, it doesn't matter what I think. What you think and how you act on it is what's important. I think that's true. Like, I think that's more important. This is more, like, this is true, but this is more important. I'm gonna say this. It doesn't matter what I think. What you think and how you act on it is what's important. She pauses to consider. Normally I'd call it a cop-out answer, but I guess there's some truth to it. In any case, you don't need to worry about me, fearless leader. My baggage isn't gonna hurt my job performance or anything. Yes, it is. It already is, Eiger. It's already hurting job performance. You might be thinking that I judged you too harshly in the beginning because of Hoffman. You'd be right on that count. I probably did. But everything else that I said after Monica died was justified, whether you want to believe it or not. I don't even remember what you said after just Monica died. I don't even remember what she said. Because it wasn't just, she was just wrong. Giving you command of this team was a hasty decision made for the wrong reason. I stand by that assessment. But between then and now, I've been watching you like a hawk, and you've grown, SCKC. No, I haven't. You've grown. I haven't changed. Eiger, you're not allowed on Monica's old computer. But on Monica's old computer is a file that said long before I came here, Monica had already decided that I would take her place. It wasn't a hasty decision made for the wrong reason, Eiger. It literally isn't. Monica says that. Right, like, again, if I'm so not satisfied with these conversations because if she said that, if I could, I would just like, Eiger, come over to this computer. Look at what Monica says. Alright? She had planned for me to take over long before I came here. You weren't the right choice to leave before, I still believe that, but you are now. I think you were wrong, but okay. Thanks, Eiger, good talk. Shit nods, until next time.